This is a thaumatrope. It has a drawing on one side, and then if you flip it over, it has a drawing on the other side. And then if you spin it, it looks like the two drawings become one. And the reason why this works is something called persistence of vision. And persistence of vision means that your eye holds on to an image for a second before it sees the other image, and it blends them together. And this is how animation works. So today we're going to make a thaumatrope together. These are the materials you're going to need to make a thaumatrope. You're going to need either a rubber band or a piece of yarn. You're going to need some tape, or you can use a glue stick if you have a glue stick. You're going to need an index card, a pair of scissors, and then you're going to need something to make circles out of. If you have a circle template, that's great, but you can use the bottom of a bottle or anything circular to just trace and make circles. You're going to need a pencil, colored pencils, and then you're going to need some kind of fine line marker to outline all your lines. We're going to start by taking this index card, and we're going to trace two circles on it. Remember, I said you can use anything like the bottom of a perfume jar or anything you have available. I will tell you though, the smaller your circle, the better this works. So if you try and do something like with a larger circle, the animation doesn't look as good as if you tried doing something a little bit smaller. I wouldn't go as small as a quarter because, if you used a quarter, because that would be too small, you wouldn't really see your design. But something around this size would be good. So I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to trace this twice with a pencil. And then I'm going to cut those out. So here I have two circles cut out, and I drew a boat on one side and a sail on the other. So when you draw them, you want to draw half of the drawing on one circle, half of the drawing on the other circle, and try your best to figure out where they're going to line up. If you want to use a light box or hold it up against a window, you can do that so they're perfectly aligned. Then I would like you to color it in. So I'm going to color this in. And if you want to get fancy with the coloring, you can do that as well. All right, and then I'll color in my boat. Oh, and I forgot to mention, make sure that you outline your pencil lines with a marker or some kind of ballpoint pen, because you want to be able to see them when you're done. Okay, so it really helps if you outline them. If you're in class, I have Sharpies, really thin Sharpies that you can outline them with. Okay, so now we're going to take either your piece of yarn or your rubber band, and we're going to make a string that goes through the center of these. So I'm going to use the rubber band. I like rubber bands. They have a little bit more give to them. I'm going to cut it once and open it up into a line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it right through the center of where I want it to spin. This tape, I'm going to put it right through the middle here. I'll hold it down like this. I'll tape it like this. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim off the tape. So remember, craftsmanship is always important when you're creating artwork, no matter what it is, even if it's something simple. All right, so I have that. Oops. And then what I'm going to do is, this is the trickiest part. You're going to take this and you're going to tape these two circles together, but before you tape them together, you want to flip this one upside down and then put it behind here. So that's the trickiest part, that you have to tape this on upside down. And try and line up the circle edges as best you can. And then you flip it to see how you did. And it looks like my sail's going past my boat a little bit, so you can try and readjust it. Or you can redraw what you think where you think you went wrong. Like mine looks like it's up, down too low. Not too bad. And then once you think you have it, you're done. And we're going to upload these to a Flipgrid so we can see everybody's.